Welcome to the workshop, everybody. Today we've got in a Janome Memorycraft 3000. The complaint was on the paperwork. Foot missing, spool loose. Don't know what foot's missing because there's a foot on it, so have a look into that. Spool loose. Oh yeah, that's come out. There should be a pin through that holding it into the machine, so we'll have a look and see what's happened to that pin. See if we can make one up or whatever. Okay, first of all, let's give it a quick run. Turn it on. Seems to be running okay. Let's put it on a zigzag. Where are we here? Let's just get the display up. That seems to be how you do this one. Number 7. With a nice zigzag. Let's just get a wider one and a longer stitch. Check the feed dog's moving nice and long, which it is. Nice wide stitch. And then we're going to give it a stretch stitch, number 9. So now I'm just checking that the feed dog's going back and forwards, which it is. So everything electronically is working. It's telling it what to do and it's doing it. So it looks like it's just a service. Sort out this spool pin. Okay, first thing to do is just take the needle plate off. Just one screw on these. Turn it a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Take the needle plate off. Check for damage. Slightly low, I don't know if you can see that, but this needle part here is lowered. Let's see if I can get that so you can see what I'm looking at. So if you look, can we get a pointer? So this pit here is lower than the actual plate itself, so I need to push that from the bottom and get that nice and flat again, because that will stop the fabric moving properly. So we can do that. Probably can't show you that because I need to take it somewhere flat and tap it with a hammer. We'll just do that quickly now. All I do is put it against a flat solid surface and push it back. Probably gone a little bit too far. Quite delicate with these because I don't want to snap it. So that is now flat. You can see it now. That's the same height as that. So that would have been causing a few issues with the fabric moving. Bobbin case out, give that a blow over, get the fluff out of it, give that a bit of a clean up. If you're watching this video, you've probably got one of these machines yourself and you're trying to find out information about it, but first thing I can say, good choice on machine. I love Janome machines, I think they're really well made, good value for money. Take the foot off. Oh, when she said foot missing, I wonder if she means foot underneath. Yeah, might show you one of these rubber feet here. Yeah, so you might have to order up a new foot for that. What I'm going to do now is take the bottom off, which is a couple of big screws here. and then a couple of smaller screws. Take all the screws out. You'll find there's a bit of fluff underneath this machine. Looks like it's been used well. Yeah, as I said, probably if I could sort of tell it had been used. Give that a nice clean. Get rid of the fluff and gunk there. Check that's moving. This is the feed dog drop mechanism. Drops the feed dog down when you want to do embroidery. It has to be nice and free. That out of there. Yeah, I think this is the foot the lady means. I might be able to find one of those in my workbox, but she's obviously packed it out with blue tack, which is a pretty clever solution, to be honest, to get you out of trouble temporarily. I think I might have to do this and then order some bits up. It might be a two-part video, this one. Blow this fluff out. Yeah, it's all good. Alright, just got to remember how to take these apart, these machines. Obviously got a couple of screws on the top. Just there and there by the handle. Knock them off. Keep them two screws separate so we know which ones they are. They're a bit longer than the others. There's another tiny black screw on this end. Put with the others. That little lid should just lift off now. That's it. Now we can find out why this spool pin here, this mechanism here, should drop in, and then there's a pin should go through it there. That's totally gone. Well, I'm guessing that pin must be in the machine somewhere. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is the plastic where the pin goes. Oh no, it's not broken. Oh yes it is. Yes, I think if I put one in there, I don't know. Let's see if I can find that pin. It wasn't in the base. What I normally do with these is turn it upside down, give it a shake, see what drops out. Nope. Nothing dropped out, so I'm just wondering where the pin's gone. It couldn't have come out the machine at the top. It must have come from the bottom. Unless it's stuck somewhere. Let's just take we've got to take the casing off anyway. That screw there. That's loose there. Take the end off, which is just another screw. Take the end pin off. This end pin, I'll keep the screw in there so you know which screw belongs to it. And then here you've got another screw holding the back panel on. You've probably got one deep down here as well, if I can find it. want to move. Just thinking, what else is holding that panel on apart from that one there? Let's have a look underneath, see if there's anything there. Yeah, there's one on the end here. Screw there. Take that right off. All these machines are a bit fiddly trying to get apart. Just got to work out how they're all fixed down. I don't really have to get the back off for this, but I want to try and find that pin for the spool pin. Just wonder where it's gone. A bit worried about it getting stuck into a mechanism and jamming up somewhere. Unless the lady's already found the pin. Right, let me just screw it over and lift this up. That releases that. I might be lucky, it just all held together. Like so. And to get the back panel off, just have to slide it towards me to get it round this take up lever. That's not take up lever, pressure foot lifter. So get it past that. Right, so check for that pin again. No, it's not there. Yeah, what I might have to do is service this machine. I can still run it and service it without that pin, and then we get onto Janome and order up a new pin, a new rubber foot. Excuse the noise of the compressor. I like to lose quite a lot of air, make sure all the fluff's out of the machine. Okay, so I've blown all the fluff out. Just having a look to see if I need to take this front panel off. Don't really want to, because it's got all the electrics attached to it. As long as I can get at everything, which I think I can. Got a lot of stuff down here. It's cotton thread wrapped round the main shaft underneath, which I'm just going to have to really pick away at bit by bit. That's fine. See if you can see what I'm doing. You can. Stand this up right for a second. Unplug the electrics, we don't need those for a sec. So I can get a better view now. So I'm just looking at this shaft. There's bits of thread wrapped round. These are the oiling pads here. It's just little bits of felt on the shafts. There's one down the bottom here, there's one in the middle, there's another one there. They are bone dry, so there's no oil getting to anything. There will be in a minute, because we're going to oil it all up. While you're watching, maybe you'd hit subscribe. It does help me out if I get some more subscribers, gets more people that see my channel. I get quite a lot of questions on the channel. It's nice when people give me feedback on the videos and say they liked it or it helped them out. Makes it all worthwhile doing. So it doesn't really take me much longer to do a machine when I'm filming. Sometimes it's a bit fiddly and you can't see what I'm doing, but that's the nature of it. I've got a nice comment the other day. Someone said, "Oh, thank you for making it simple and not waffling on too much," because some of these videos people just talk for the sake of it, like I am now. Okay, so we got that fluffer for there. Plug the electrics back in, excuse the top of my head, just pick up the lead. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to run the machine nice and slow. Probably actually going to set it up for a stretch stitch, doesn't matter which one, but what I want to do, I want to make this motor work here, this step motor. You can see this working now, and what that's doing is changing the direction of the feed dogs. So I just want to get everything moving really. And I'm going to oil up this pad here. Put quite a bit on there, get it nice and wet, because it won't drip anywhere. There's another one there. And that'll keep it fed with oil for a good 12 months then. Just get the pad nice and wet. So that'll line up the two ends of the main shaft, and then everywhere else where it's moving. Just watch where it's moving. Drop of oil. Have a bit of that on here. There's a part here, which that bit I was telling you about on the bottom, to drop the feed dog, it moves this part left and right, so just make sure there's some oil underneath that. Let's work it in. There's not loads of moving parts on these. This is not gear led, it's done by motors. There's less moving mechanical parts to oil. Going to get some oil into the hook itself, and then I'm going to go over to the top again on the main shaft. There's no oiling pads on the main shaft at the top. Don't know why they don't do that, because you could probably do with them. So again, you just drop it into the places it's needed. Mainly on the top shaft, there's not a lot on the bottom of these. And then up at the business end of the machine, which is your needle end, just going to run it nice and slow, drop some oil onto it, stop so I don't get my oil can caught in the mechanism. Just oil all the little joints. Put it onto zigzag. So the needle's moving nicely left to right, it's nice and free. You can see how smooth it's running. There wasn't a lot wrong with this machine, it's just dry, fluffy. I'll probably have to set the tensions up. I'll just check out the timing now while it's set for wide zigzag. Set it for the widest zigzag, and I'm just looking at the eye of the needle and the hook. The point on the hook is timed, which it is, so that's all good. You can actually hear the swoosh of the needle against the hook. It's quite nice, it shows it's nice and close without hitting. I'm going to put a new needle in, just see if it still makes that noise. That'll tell us if that needle was bent. I always put a new one in anyway. I'm going to have one last look for that pin from the spool pin. You know, that swishing noise is gone now, so what that tells me is the needle was slightly bent that was in there. That runs nice. It does run nicely. Feels smooth. Wind the bobbin, get some oil into that. The bobbin winder, the rubber's nice, it's no flat spots. This little rubber ring here, sometimes it gets a flat spot if it's got jammed. The release mechanism, it's working. What it does when you push this needle bobbin, bobbin thread across to the right, it disengages the wheel from the main shaft, which it's doing, stops the needle going up and down. When you push that across, it pushes this lever, which re-engages the machine. We've got a couple of pulleys under here, which I'm going to put a drop of oil on the centre of the pulleys, not on the rubber itself, because you don't want rubber on the belt, oil on the belts. As far as lubrication goes, that's pretty much it on this machine. So another motor in here which moves the needle left to right. I'm going to put a drop of oil on the shaft of the motor, which is good. Now, there's no need to take the front panel off on this machine to service it, because you can get to everything that needs oiling. If there's one thing you couldn't get to, you'd have to take it off. There's no point oiling half the machine. Good, that's running nicely. Next thing to do is just to clean off between the feed dog teeth, just to check there's nothing left in there. Give it a quick blow. And that's it. We're going to put the back panel back on again. Have one last check for that pin. I don't know, there's nowhere for that pin to go, that's the annoying part. It's falling down, I think I'd have seen it by now. Unless it came out and the customers just found it and thrown it away. One last shake to see if it's coming out, which it isn't. No, I don't think it's in there. It's annoying, but this is what it is. Now, to put this back panel back on, we've got to slide this lever here into this slot here first. So get that in there. And then get it all, and it should just fall into place like that. Put that on its front. And you can gently get that into place, snaps it in. All the casing should just join together, to be honest. Once that's done, you've got a screw here to tighten up, like so. You've got another screw. Where's that tiny screw gone? A little screw there, which goes in there. Which goes in underneath here. Make sure that's pushed together so everything marries up. Like so. There's another screw goes in that panel there. That's the panel back together again. Now we can put the bottom back on. Just turn it over and get it on its back. Check everything's oiled. That's oiled. That's all oiled. That's all good. Excellent. Give this a clean. That goes on like so. That one goes on underneath. Put this on first and screw this. And make sure that's all good. Find the two screws. It's not them. That's them there. Get this bottom cover on first. I use the electric one to take them off, but I use the normal one to put them on. Don't want to over tighten these because it squeezes the bottom in too much and puts it all out of shape. Check that this works underneath, which it does. That one there. Find the foot. There it is. This foot's here. Not just. You know, I didn't really need to take that off. Just got carried away. This little one on here. Do that loosely, and then we're going to get two big screws here. I'll do those up with the battery one because they're into metal, so you can't over tighten these. You can't make the plastic misshapen. Just get them started off, and then we get the others in. These are all pretty much the same length, so get them all started first. There's actually 2 feet missing, there's one there as well. I might have some of those, I'll have to have a look in a sec. That one there, that one there, that one there, that one there. Okay, let's just tighten these up. Next thing to do is put the side back on, and that just clips in and then pushes in like so. Make sure that everything clicks into place, and then we've got a screw just here to hold that bottom on there. Another screw in the side. This is a nice long one, so it can reach in there. That's good. And then this one here is going to sit there. We're going to go and see if we can find a pin don't think I'll have a pin for this. I might have to order one up from Janome. Not sure if it snaps into there or what it does, to be honest. It doesn't need a new cover. Somebody's put a pin in there and the cover's not holding it right. It's not going to work. Just put it back on here for now. That'll allow me to click it into place like so. That'll enable me to sew it in now. I won't fix that down yet because of this, but we can set a thread on there. There's no bobbin with this machine, so I have to use one of mine. Just check the tension on the bobbin case. It's okay, it's about right. Check the condition of the bobbin case, check there's no nicks on it or anything bad, which there isn't. Slight rough edge there, so what I'm going to do, I don't think the camera can pick that up, but there's a rough edge and that'll catch the thread as it goes round. What we do is get a little file, smooth that off. Just check this nice and smooth because the thread goes across this as the take up lever pulls the thread up. You could just order a new bobbin case, but they're quite expensive. Still a little nick in that. I'm actually pushing quite hard on that file just to take that out. That's nice. You can use a bit of glass paper or wet and dry. Just careful, don't take too much out of it. That's better, nice and smooth. Nothing for the thread to catch on. There's a little bit there. You don't want to take too much off underneath because that's where it runs on the hook. It'll be nice and smooth. Let's give that a try. It will quieten it down as well. If that's nice and smooth, it'll keep it quiet. Okay, first thing to do is just put some thread on this. I think this spool might jump around a bit because it's not fixed because of that missing pin. I've already got thread on the bobbin, but I just want to check the bobbin's winding evenly on this machine. Plug it back in again. Sun's coming up, getting a bit warm now, which is nice. Spring is here finally. So you can see it's winding the bobbin nice and evenly up and down. That'll be enough. Drop that in the bobbin. A little bit tight, so we'll loosen off the tension. You should just feel a little bit of tension on these bottom tension units. quite tight. So if I use a different, might use a plastic bobbin on this one. Find a plastic one. See if that sits in there any better. The weight of the metal one is a bit too much for this tension unit. I think that would be better. That's good, so I'm just going to transfer the thread onto there. I'll just do this manually. See? So that machines are better with a plastic bobbin. I think this will be the case. Yeah, it's too loose now, so we're going to tighten it up a bit. I don't like loosening them too much because the screws just fall out. So do that another one turn. Give it a pull. That's nice now. Happy with that. So put that back in, put the needle plate in, that's nice and flat now, so that'll help. Tighten up the needle plate. Lovely. Put the foot back on. Tighten that up a fraction. That's good. Right, out of space on here. Okay, that's done now. We've put a new needle in. So now we thread the machine up. To thread it up, just put the bottom bobbin in. Thread it up, make sure the foot's up, which releases the tension in here. That's with all machines. Down through the tension unit, back up to the take up lever, around that, back down. And then so we find out if the needle threader works. 9 times out of 10 they do. Actually it's probably 7 times out of 10 they do. And the other 3 times they're bent. Yeah, it's nowhere near. So get the magnifying glass out and see where it's going. You've just got a hook on it first. Right, that's too low. So the actual hook is too low for the needle, so we need to try and lift the hook up a little bit. They're so delicate, these. I've never really liked needle threaders. Always a pain, and I can never see them, I'm too blind. Lift it up if I can. Such a pain. It lies. What I'm trying to do is get it in the needle. So I've got the hook in the needle, and then I'm going to tighten it. See if it works every time. So pain in my life, these things, but yeah, that worked. Okay, so that's lined up. It won't last, they never do, they bend, are horrible things. But it's working now, so that's good. Okay, so we take the needle down the nut once, pull the thread, which is good, it's all working. Still a little bit too tight, that tension. I'm just going to loosen it a fraction. That's it. Put the cover back on. Get some fabric and see how it sews. Okay, we'll start off with a nice simple straight stitch. On number one, give it a bit of length. That's going through, test the reverse, that's working. That one there takes the needle down. Okay, so that's quite a nice stitch that. Do now, stick it on to zigzag. Not moving the fabric for some reason. Don't know why. Which is now. Try that again in a minute. Okay, so it's not a great stitch on top, but it's good underneath. So I'm just going to tighten it up again a little bit underneath. So loose stitch on top, tighten the bottom tension up. Run. That's better. Yeah, so just a half a turn on the tension made all the difference. Let's give it something nice to do, give it a pattern. A bit too much pressure there. Making a strange noise. Trying all the stitches. Like the machine started making a weird noise. Sounds nice. Yeah, it's a pretty nice stitch. It's not doing this stitch so well because it's not the proper foot for it. I've only got a zigzag foot. I need more of an embroidery stitch foot really for that. I think she's given me one feet. She might have done actually. Now let's try one of these feet. That'll probably be do a better stitch for me, won't it? Release that down. Put one of these up. good. Let's pop that back in there for now. What is that? Is that A? Go in there. That's not the right. Anyway, let's just try again on this. Let's give it some hearts to do. Give it something a bit more. Making a strange noise. In the new foot, didn't I? Yeah. Just try and do a bit of fabric, so it's playing up a bit, that one. I'm going to get it right. Let's try that again. Okay, what we got there? Straight stitch. Nice long one. Give it a zigzag. I think I caught the thread in the foot when I put it on. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a nice even stitch top and bottom. All good. Let me just give it something else to do for the last run. Good. Pop that on too. adjusted it all good. So you can see it's doing all the stitches, same front and back, tension set perfectly. That foot's certainly better for these patterns, but I'm going to put the old foot back on because there's no room in the accessory pack for that one, so it's a bit strange. It's got a letter A on it and it's got a letter A on there, but it doesn't fit in the box, so whether that's a different foot on a different machine, I don't know. So it's with it. Which is good. Okay, so all I've got to do now, I've got to order up a new pin for this, get a couple of rubber feet for the base, clean it up, let the customer know it's all good as new. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was a bit informative. I can't show you everything I'm doing all the time because I never get the job done, as I always say. But if you liked it, please hit like and subscribe. Really helps me out if I can get some numbers going on this channel. Yeah, that's the end of that one, and I'll see you on the next one. And happy sewing. Thanks for watching.